Hey, welcome to an episode of Chad's Beer Reviews. Doing a beer that I got at Total Wine, pretty cheap. This is not a political issue at all. Anyway, this one's from Obolon, Kyivske Stout from Kiev, Ukraine. Established in 1980, 6.0 ABV, full 500ml bottle. Doesn't say much about it, just famous Ukrainian beer brewed with old world recipes using the finest ingredients. I could not find a bottling date on this for the life of me. So, anyway, they said it's a stout, so I poured it in the stout glass. But you can see coming out and into the glass, that is not black like a stout. That is like a deep mahogany, chestnutty brown. It's actually really pretty in the glass. Definitely has like a reddish hue. Get a pretty big foam on it. I know it looks, well, if I hold it up to the camera, it looks black, but if I hold it back here, it's a little bit more reddish brown. It actually kind of reminds me of Sam Smith's Nut Brown Ale. By the way, I couldn't find anything about this beer. It's not even on their website. Untapped just says Stout Other, but then Beer Advocate has it as a Euro Dark Lager, which, based on the appearance, I think that might be what it is. So, all right. To me, this definitely smells like a lager. I'm not getting roastiness or toasty or anything on here. It's actually quite fruity. I mean, I definitely get a little bit of like cardboard or, sherry, lemon lollipop oxidation. And also these European brown bottles are never truly brown. They're always like olive green. Well, I guess this is brown, but it's like the lightest shade of brown. So, well, at least it's not skunky. I will say, like, this smells very fruity to me. I get like a lot of red apple on this one. But I get, no toast, no roastiness, no coffee, no chocolate. And yeah, I mean, I guess going off appearance and aroma, I mean, maybe 𝓑𝓮𝓀 It doesn't smell strong enough to be a Bock, even though I guess it could be at 6%, but I don't really get any hops on the nose. I will say, like, so, I mean, it's kind of mild on the nose, but hopefully it's better on the palate. Cheers. Yeah, well, based on that one sip, I would not call this a stout. It kind of reminds me of like some kind of like British beer. Yeah, like it has that kind of appley fruitiness that I smell. Definitely carries over to the taste. I mean, I definitely call it like red apple. A lot of British beers have that. You don't tend to get it in lagers, which maybe they just call it stout. For American audiences, they don't. I don't know. I wonder if like I don't know if the TTB is like super anal retentive about making sure the beer is the style that it says. I think like Beer Advocate was right when they just call this a Euro Dark Lager. That's basically what I'm getting here. Like it's not like really roasty, toasty, not like I guess savory enough to be a stout. It doesn't really seem to be yeasty enough to like have, aside from like, although I do dig that kind of fruity, which I assume is more of a yeast ester than a malt flavor. Yeah, but otherwise, like the actual texture is very clean, which again would make me think it's more of a lager than an ale. There's a little bit of hops on there, slight kind of earthy or floral. It's not spicy. It's enough for balance. Not that the beer is particularly sweet. I will say, like, it's more malty than it is sweet. Like the only real sweetness on here is like just this kind of slightly appley yeast character that I'm getting. I mean, this is a 6% ABV beer. It feels a little bit lighter than that, like as far as like the intensity of the flavor. This is definitely not a Bock. Usually like those Bocks usually just like have a big malty presence, very rich. I would not really call this beer rich. It's certainly not complex either. I will say like it does have like a malty taste to it. It's just like the taste of dark malt, if that makes sense. Like I said, nothing really toasty. I mean, like the only real characteristic that I described to was like maybe like slightly nutty. Body's probably about medium, maybe medium light. Carbonation probably about the same. I will say it's like, I wouldn't call this crisp, but it's definitely clean as far as like the texture. You know, I went into this thinking like, you know, they're calling this a stout. I thought like maybe it was like a Baltic porter, and Baltic porter technically is a lager style, but this is definitely not Baltic porter, because usually you get like big licorice and raisin on those types of beers, and I'm not getting on this one. Yeah, to me, I hate to say it, I think Beer Advocate actually had it right. Euro dark lager. If you ever had Heineken dark, that's like the best thing I could compare this to. So yeah, it's really easy to drink, fun to drink. Not like super flavorful, but you know, for only $3.49 for a full 500 ml bottle, you know, that's a good deal. I like it. I don't love it, but it's not bad. It's definitely not a stout though. So as far as my score, I'm going to give a 7 out of 10 to the Kyivske Stout, which is not a stout. Yeah, it's pretty good. Actually, Total Wines around here carry a bunch of Ukrainian beer, and they're all really cheap, but they're also usually pretty old. All right, so if you watch all the way to the end, you're awesome. Thanks for watching. I'll see you for Cider Saturday. Cheers.
Somebody brewed it, Chad just reviewed it. Thanks for watching Chad's Beer Reviews.
Trust me, the next episode will be a lot better.